How's it going? I hope you're doing well. We're going to tackle example number 18 now. We're going to draw the front, top, and sides. We're going to figure it out ourselves. And then one of the views, I'm going to make a section view. I want us to practice with the section views a little bit. That'll make sense. And then we're going to create the 3D model of this beast of a thing. Now, this looks tricky enough. We'll figure it out. So let's not worry. We'll go through the normal steps. We'll go and get manufacturing imperial set sheet. Let's go back to drafting and annotation because we're doing a 2D drawing now. And let's new layer, con 1, yellow. All right. 0, 0. Let's try that again. Specify point 0, 0. If it's ever misbehaving like mine is, make sure your number lock is on. All right. Now 35. This is going to be the front view. That's going to be the top view. And then we're going to do a right hand view from there. Will we do a left hand view just to confuse you? We will. We'll do a left hand view. We'll do a front, a top, and we'll do a left handed view. Just so you see how it all works. And we'll make this 35. Alright, let's get rid of this bollocks. Now, and oh, this is going to be fun. It's 26 from this center line to that center line. So it's 26 plus, what is the distance from there to there? So the distance from there to there is 14 plus 26 plus whatever the half of that is, 7.5. 7.5 plus, let's move this over, plus 26 plus 14, 47.5 is the distance from the very, very bottom to the very, very top. 47.5. That's interesting. 47.5. And this is only 35. Huh. 47.5. Let's do that in maths again. 14, which is half of the 28, plus the 26, plus the half of the 15. 7.5, 47.5. This seems very... Now what is this? What did we get for this then? That's 35. This seems a little bit smaller than 35. You can hear my tiredness already. This 35, yeah. You need to get... this reminds me, when you mess up your initial construction boxes, it messes you up. It messes you up down the road. All right, that's what it is then. 35. Now, what sort of distance do we want? If that's 35, maybe let's make this 30. And that 30. Now, if that's the front and that's the top, the full extremity of this shape from there to there is going to be the 28. Okay, this is a tricky one. Yeah, this I have a feeling this will blow the heads of my, well, right. So we have the front view. This is going to be the top view, and see, we're messing this up already. We're going to do the left view. We're going to put this will be the right hand view. We're going to do the left view over here. So let's bring that over another 30 from here over, and let's get rid of that line. That's the front view. Let's get our text going again. Point, click, click, front, highlight it. What did we make this? 5, didn't we? We can change that. We'll change that. Highlight it. We'll get rid of this Romans. We'll just make it Calibri. 5. Will we make this a bit smaller? 4. There's your front. Control C, Control V. Control A, top. Hit it, Control C, Control V, and we're going to do a left hand side view here, just to show you that we can. Do you know, if you want to be very thorough, you could add a left and a right. There's no harm. But let me. We're just doing this today, but I'm going to show you another way. Next week we're going to work on these, and we're going to go jump straight into 3 dimensions and not even model the front, top and side, or draw the front, top and side. Now, it's 28 is going to be the full extremity. Is that the right word? I don't know. 28 from there to there, and then 28 from there to there. Okay, we're boxing out our what did I used to call this, like boxing out where your views are going to live, or the view envelopes. I'm going to start with the left hand view this time, because we've got 2 circles. And what are they? They're 28 and 18. And let's get our 0 going. 28 and 18. So I'm going to get myself a line, and I'm just going to draw a line here down the bottom in order to get its center line, its midpoint. That's what I wanted to say. And I'm going to bring this up 28 up to there. Now 14. Let's go something right here. 14. And we'll draw this in. There's our 28. And then D for diameter, 18. And let's delete that and delete that line. Alright. Okay. And then hold on a sec. We're going to draw a rectangle to represent this cylinder. We're going to get all the cylinders in place, and then we're going to draw the ribs that are holding it all together. Now, what size is this? It's 7, and 7 is 14, plus 5 is 19, isn't it? So it's 19 along the top. Now, if I draw a construction line, and I go back to 0, and we want 19 divided by, what are we doing? 19 divided by 5. Let's try that again. 19 divided by 2, and 19 divided by 2. And how far do we come down? are we doing here? Hold on a sec. What's going on with this pen? Here we go. 19 divided by 2. So what is this? This is a diameter of 15. So I come down 15 and let's bring this over. Let's track this point and we get that. And that is that's our cylinder. And we'll do the inside one later. Now this is just bear with me for a second. I'm having to assume that where this is a tangent line on that's a pen, and it's going from there to there. We're going to have to draw that in later. This is a tricky beast. And let's go back here and we're going to draw a tangent line in from there to there. There's 2 ribs. We're going to get this rib in here. Yeah, this is a nice one. If I go here, and what is the next point? I want this to be a tangent on here. How do I turn that on? Can I right click? Can I open this up? Tangents, there you go. Right there. And I'm going to do the same with this from here. There's my tangent right there. That only will work because I have to turn it on there. I'm going to have something in the center of this. We're going to add that later, okay? We're going to move on to the front now, and we're going to work on the front, and we're going to anything that's this guy. I don't really know how he's going to fit in on the left-hand view, believe it or not. My issue is I don't really know where this height is. I need to draw it from this front view to get that location and bring it down. I could cheat and just make this line up with that quadrant, but it's not there. That will be incorrect. That probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense here, but anyway, we're going to work on the front view, and I'm going to project over some of these lines. Why? Come on now. Why is that polar? I'm going to turn off that tangent because I feel like it's messing with me, and I'll get from here to here. Now there you go. And we're going to draw the rectangle that we would see from the front view because of that. And let's project over. There's no harm projecting these lads over. And let's get a hidden layer. You know all this. And we'll just go LT scale, and we will make this about 15. Does that seem to work last night or today? That doesn't work too well. That's hidden. Now let me check, is the hidden layer a hidden line? No. Load, HIDDEN. Let's load the hidden layer, hidden line type, and there it goes. Right, that's that. We need, what is this now? This is 35, so that will be 17.5. I need to offset this construction line, 17.5 over to get a center line here. And then I'm going to project this line over, and I need a circle. I need the two circles. I'm just going to draw a sacrificial line to get its midpoint. Do you like how I use that word? And I'm kind of impressed with that. And let's get rid of it. And then what size is the hole in there? It's diameter 9. Sometimes I can't remember the most simplest of words, and then other times I can just pull a word like sacrificial out of my ass. And anyway, so that's that. Now, this is where this is important. I'm going to get rid of some of these construction lines that we do not need. And let's just work on the left and the front for the time being. Let's not get greedy. We have the positions of both of the cylinders. While we're at it, let's project over the hidden lines for that circle. That should be no trouble. So you know what's going on there. Now, let's draw in these ribs on either side. And it goes from this point, and it's a tangency. So let's turn on the tangent to there, and let's turn on, we'll go from here and we'll get that tangent line there. A lot of you probably think, and I wouldn't blame you for just doing this, but it's different. Okay, what this is showing is that line is not, it's not here. Okay, it's a tangent line. Tangent line is a line that touches the circle at only one point. Okay, it just glances off it. Now, in order to get this line, well, I need to think about this. This point here, this tangency point, I got to project over. I know this is hard. I know your heads are, you're getting a headache from this. Where that line starts, it's there. And what is the thickness of that? It's a thickness of 5. So we will do an offset of 2. I'm getting a bloody headache trying to figure this out. And where does it go? It goes from that tangency up to there, like so. If I gave you this, I'd be amazed that you did as well. If you could figure out these tangency curves, it's tricky. So there's that. Does this line go here? Is there a line between there and there? No, there's not. So I'm going to go trim. Just bear with me. Yeah. I think that's right, do you know? While my brain is tired, I'm going to annotate. I'm just going to put in a few center marks. and center lines. Your brain at rest. Could we move those on a different layer, on the dimension layer? I think we could, and I think that's probably the right thing to do. Let's go new layer, and we'll call that dimension, and we will make it light blue this time. All right. And we will highlight all of these things and put them on the dimension. There we go. I think that's right. Do you see the person who drew this, or the person that dimensioned it, 15 and 15 and 5, the distance from there to there is roughly 30, and the distance from there to there is roughly 30, and this thing seems a lot longer, you know. So whoever dimensioned this, and it wasn't me. Look, I steal all my drawings from other teachers, but this is way too long. That's why it looks weird. Maybe not. Maybe it is proportional. All right, let's keep going before you start your heads, before you have a mutiny here. We delete some of this, the lines we don't need. Now, what does the top look like? The top is going to have a rectangle because of this cylinder. Do you know what I'm going to do? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw this out in we're going to do the front, top, and side and pull our hair out, and then we're going to generate whoops the daisies. Let's just pause this for a second. Okay. I'm multitasking here. I'm checking my phone. So what my brain is thinking is, let's pull our hair out and do the top view. We're going to generate. Excuse me. We're going to draw the 3D view, and after that, then I'm going to show you how you can just start with the 3D view straight away, and we'll actually regenerate these views based on the 3D model. It will make sense as we do it. The top view is going to look like a rectangle, and it's going to have those center lines. We can add them later, and it's going to have we're going to have another rectangle that represents the barrel. This, I get the same sort of pain in my head when I'm trying to learn Spanish, and maybe it's good for us. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe this is why we lose hair. Maybe this is why we lose hair. But it's the same sort of thinking. Maybe it's good for us. I have no idea. Now that's the top view, and I need a center line going in this direction. And I have a line here, so let's just do that. All right. Now, that's going to be that. Now, what is the distance? We said it was 19, didn't we? 14 plus 5 is 19. We'll offset 19 divided by 2. And there's our rectangle. Okay, there's our rectangle. All right. And okay, I'm thinking here for a second. There's our rectangle. Let's put our center lines. Let's put our hidden lines in both barrels, and then we can worry about the ribs. You're probably thinking this is very tedious stuff, but if you can follow along and know where the different lines are supposed to be, especially the hidden lines, you're going to have a much better feel for orthographic projection. Okay, that's the hole going through that top section. And we need the hole going through there, the barrel. Now, what is the distance from there to there? It is 18. So if that's 18, if we go 9 and 9, offset that 9 and 9, which is half. That should be our hidden lines. Sometimes you can have too many hidden lines in a view and it gets confusing, and we're going right up against that wall here. This is a little bit difficult to see what the hell is going on. And I'm going to change that LT scale. I'm going to make that 20. No, that's not good. Other way around. Let's make it 10, and that's better. We'll just delete those lines. I did want to make one of these views a section view. I'm just thinking aloud here. I don't know. I don't think it's going to work very well with all these ribs, so I don't know if I'm going to do a section view here. Okay. We need a, yeah. I can offset. What is the rib thickness of the left and the right? It's 5. I can go and we will just do 2.5. And I can just draw this in from there to there. Let me just make sure I can. From there to there, and there to there, and there to there. Do you know, I really can't because it stops just right there. What a pain. There's a little tiny line. Is that right? Is that correct? No. This rib is this guy. Oh, that's a bloody pain. I gotta project this up. Yeah, if you're still with me, well done. I'm taking a nap after this bloody problem. If you're still with me, well done. On this needs to come up. It comes up a little bit further. And then there's a line here. What sort of sadistic person came up with this problem? And then that. Is there a line there? Why is it bloody I'm drawing it in construction. There to there and there to there. Turn off the construction layer just for a sec. The way I drew it originally, if it goes just to that line and that line, what that represents is it represents this, which is not the case. It goes a little bit further up into the curve, which is what that represents. You guys who are designing offices and designing structural stuff or civil engineering, you're not going to have to worry about these intricacies of these parts. Anyone that's doing mechanical parts, you need to understand what I'm doing here. This is tricky. So anyway, we're missing um, we're missing we're still missing the ribs from the top view, and we'll see if we can figure them out. I'm going to get rid of those lines, and I'm going to get rid of those lines, and I'm going to give myself a center line, and we're going to offset this rib. And what is this? It's 5 again. So 2.5, and then we're going to go like that. Now just let me think. This, I want to draw this and go home and go to and take my bloody nap. But it's not, it doesn't go all the way to the very, very, very edge. Or does it? No. It stops there. What I can do to get that location of where that stops is I can do this. I know you're probably getting sick of this, but trust me, this is good for you. Even if you're a SolidWorks whiz, this type of stuff and figuring out where the lines come from, I had to learn this painfully in my first job as a drafter, and I remember going through this. I'm going to move this up, copy this view, and then I'm going to rotate it. And I'm going to move this view over to here. Is it going to lock on there? No, it doesn't want to. Can I get snap to nearest? Good stuff. Let's try it again. Is that snapping? No. Look, I just need to draw bloody another line here. I used to take drawings from an older engineer who was a genius, and he'd give me everything in 2D. He didn't know how to do 3D, believe it or not. He was old school, but he was a great designer, and he understood orthographic projection perfectly. And I was always looking at his drawings, and I was always scratching my head, where did a certain line come from? And that's when it forced me to learn this stuff. Now I'm going to project where that line, look at that bloody tangent line. Yeah, I know you're going, this is crazy. Where that line intersects, that's where your tangent C is going to end, and it's this. If you're following along with me, well done. Let's get rid of that. We're done with that. Well done on that. Now, I'm not even going to add center lines on this view because it's just going to confuse people reading it. I'm going to, a good example. Look, I've been doing this a long time, 20 years, and that bloody melted the head off me. Now, let's get some dimensions going. Again, we're going to have to change the size of the dimensions. Primary units, fit, scale for dimension features. I can't remember what we made this. Did we make it 20? And then we're going to turn off the precision. That seems a little bit big, but look, we can always change it later. Change them all. 18. Let's get the too big. It's too big. Let's go back. Let's make it 15. Modify. Fit. 15. There we go. We could even make it smaller. What am I doing here? Come on, dimension. Okay. Another dimension. We'll just put this lad in 35. You would not dimension to the bottom of that line. It really is based wherever this line ends, but look, I'm going to put it in. That's a subtlety I don't even want to get into, but let's put the 22 in. Let's just dimension it and not confuse any longer. With the two circles, funnily enough, you don't really need any other dimensions to figure the rest of it out, or do we? No, we do. Now, why did they have all of these? Yeah, the 5 and the 5. You need the rib thickness. 5 there. And 5 there. We got that. Now why is this 7 and the 5 yet? Put that 19 in. We're still, look, hopefully you're telling me, Tim, you're not that slick. You're missing the ribs on the left view. Hopefully that's, I doubt you were saying that, but that's all right. Let's get rid of some of the construction lines, and let's go project that point over to there, and let's get another construction line. My God almighty, what a pain. And what is it? It's 2.5. And it goes from, does it wrap around like that, or does it just go to the top? Am I seeing this right? It's going to go from, I know when I see you guys on Tuesday or the following Thursday, you're going to be giving out about this problem. Is that right? It goes to there, that line coming across. God, this is going to be a beast to draw in 3D. 5 and 5. I think that's everything. Let's save this. My God almighty, my head is sore. It would be pretty easy to draw this in SOLIDWORKS though. This is example 18. Whew. I need a break. I need a cup of tea. We'll keep going. Alright, it's time to draw the tree. Look, I prefer drawing the tree. It is a bit more fun, let's be honest. So we go new layer and we will go 3D. Now, will we change the color? Now we just leave it on white. And we will highlight these two circles and we'll bring them over here. That's a bit far away. Can we bring them a bit closer? We can move it later. Now, what are we going to extrude that by? 35. So, I'm going to go region. I'm going to select this. One region created. And I'm going to click this. I'm going to make a region out of that. I'm going to go to 3D Basics. Conceptual. Subtract. I'll subtract this region from that. And what did we do? We're making a 35. And we got that. And look, we're gonna revolve it like we always do. Grab the red. That can't be right. Let's try that again. Let's make sure. Rotate gizmo. We click the object. Does it pick it in the center? Oh, it doesn't like when I do that. Press Ctrl Z. Specify rotation angle. I'm just going to put in 90. And we have our barrel. And let's delete the dimension that was there. Oh, I just know this is going to be a beast of a thing. I'm going to draw a line in the very center of this object from center to center. And I'm highlighting on the edges to kind of wake up the center like that. And I'm going to get, I have a little center axis there. Do you see this? And I'm going to come up, what? I'm going to come up 20, no, not 22. I'm going to come up 26 to get the center of that. And I'm going to draw a circle. And the circle is perpendicular. It's going in the other direction. Now this is where we need to see how we get on. Now it's not going to do what I want. Yes, it's the wrong plane. I need it to be on the other plane. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to try this. And does that change it? If I draw a circle, it's still going to want to, it's still doing it on the X and the Y. Now I need to change my coordinate system. Specify origin of user coordinate system. I want this. Will it pick that point? Oh man, I'll tell you. It's having a hard time snapping. somebody who knows AutoCAD knows exactly what I'm trying to do. Specify new origin point. I want this. Specify positive point on the x-axis. Right here. Specify positive point on the y-axis. I want it there. Let's see, does this work? And then I'll try and explain what's going on. There it goes. Yeah, it does work. Alright, I'm going to undo this. Undo what I just did for a second. I have a barrel here. The barrel is going in the other direction. This point here at the end is there to give me the center point of this lad, and I'm going to draw that barrel. If I try, Ollie, mommy's home. Ollie, mommy. If I draw, hold on a second, let me put this dog down from the bed. Come here, buddy, come on. Come here, come on, boy. Now, alright. If I draw the circle, you definitely know this orientation is correct. Hopefully you do. And if I try and extrude that, it's definitely not going to work. The reason why it's doing that is I'm looking over here, I see X and Y in this direction. I need my X and Y. I need this to be my X line and this to be my Y line. So what do? I go to 3-point coordinates, and it says specify a new origin point, which is this point right here. And do you see how this is how it was originally, X and Y. It says specify a point on a positive portion of the x-axis. Specify a point on the positive Y. Now, this has changed. And I'm going to draw a circle. So what have I done? I have changed the orientation of this coordinate system over here. That's tricky to get your head around, but that's what I've just done. I'm going to make it diameter 30. D for diameter. That seems too big. It's diameter 15 and then diameter 9. D for diameter 15 and then another circle. Diameter 9. You would look at this problem and you would think that it's maybe a little bit more difficult than this problem, but it's at least twice as difficult. It really is. Which is alright, you know, we'll survive. Gets the brain thinking. They say use it or lose it, do you know? What a lot of bollocks. Alright. Region. I'll select this outer object. I'm going to bring this over to conceptual. Region. We'll get the inner one. It didn't like that. Let's try it again. Up. We want to unselect that. We just want to select that guy. Can we just do that? And we'll just type region now. None found. Alright, let's try it again. Region. Just that circle right there. Come on. No, you pain in the hole. Let's do this. Region. I'll start from up here and come down. And I just have the circle. And I'm going to go subtract. have my disk now. Whew. I don't want to hear it if you've done SolidWorks before, and I don't want to hear that this is way more difficult, because it is. It's alright, but this is a lot more fun. There's a sense of achievement in this that you don't get from doing this in SolidWorks. So it's 19. So it's 19 divided by 2, and then we'll bring it around. We'll go press pull. We'll select inside, press enter. It doesn't seem to like that. Okay, press pull. Select object, press enter. Let's try it again. Select object or bounded area. It's having a hard time. I'm just going to go with extrude. I wonder, did I delete the region? Why is this having such a hard time? Do I need to get rid of that line maybe? Here you go, you pain the hole. Alright, 19 divided by 2. It might have been that line that was being the pain. I might have accidentally deleted the region and it was just freaking out. So there's that. God, this is going to be fun, the next part. Now I need to think about what I'm going to do here. I have a rib. Yeah. I'm going to draw this rib as one. I'm going to draw. Can I go from there and it does my tangency? What does that look like if I draw this? Am I lucky? Does it work out? Does it do it on the center of it? No, it does it on the edge. That's alright. Oh man. That doesn't work. Alright, what about this? That quadrant. And we want to get it. It hardly will work there, will it? No, it does it the other side. So we kind of need a work plane, or we need a coordinate. Let's try this again. Let's get that polar in there. And let's create ourselves a new coordinate system. We'll move it to here. This is going to be X. And this is going to be Y. So this is our X coordinate. And this is our Y. Now, if I draw this, it doesn't like. I'm going to have to pause this and figure this out. It's fine there. No, see what it's doing, how it's making that line. I need to pause this and think about this. I need a plane that fits. I need a work plane is what I need. The equivalent of a work plane in AutoCAD. What happens if I go work plane? I'll pause this and come back to you. Hey, I'm back. I had a couple of carrots and a chocolate bar and thought about this. Trust me, I wanted to take a nap, but I'm going to stick this out. So we have the two barrels here, and we want to create. We want to create the two ribs. There's really four ribs. There's one on either side of the 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the other side. And my idea is we've drawn all this already. So why redraw it on the 3D model? Hopefully you got the gist of why we had to change the user coordinate system to get the circle on a different plane or a different kind of direction. I'm going to highlight this view. I'll press Control C and Control V and bring this over with. I'm just going to get rid of that dimension there. We don't need that dimension. And I'm really using the shift with the roller ball a lot now. And I'm going to try and place this view right in the center. So I'm going to go to, I'm staying in, make sure you are in 3D Basics. Alright? Shut up, Ollie. 3D Basics. And I'm going to turn on that rotate gizmo. And I'm going to highlight this. And I'm going to rotate it. Now you can just type in 90 if you want to, or you can snap to those points. And then I'm going to grab the red. Now, I thought about this, and I'm going to make this 3D object optional. I think it's a little bit beyond the scope of the class. I want you to be able to generate the orthographic projections. That's more important to me. So I'm going to move this over to there. See, that's not correct. Let's try it again. I'm going to move, press enter. The base point is going to be this point because I'm moving it to the center point. Did I just mess that up? Yeah, let's try it again. Huh. Move that point there to that point there. And I have the view kind of where I want it. And let me show you what I'm thinking. I'm going to click. Did that not select that curve, did it? Ah, yeah. Wait, what happened there? I'm just undoing my work. I'm going to delete these. My dog's going nuts, and I'm going to trim this bit of it away. Make it a bit more. Shut up! Trim. Owl our dog sometimes. Something like that. Move. Let's make a region out of it away from it. like that. Move the parts. This is a tough one. Alright, like that. Now watch. If I extrude this, can I push pull? I'm still left with that little crack. That's what I wanted to show you. I'm going to undo all of this and I'm going to show you what I think we need to do is I'm going to delete that line and that, and I'm going to extend this like so. I'm going to bring this, yeah, I'm going to convert this to a main line. I'm going to delete, I'm going to trim this bit and that bit and that and that and this. Get rid of all of that. Get rid of all of that. We need this point here. This is way too difficult for this type of no, let's I just want to show you that we can do it. It's possible. Region. It's these tangency curves that you're dealing with. If you were 3D modeling a house or something with straight edges, you'd have none of these issues. So don't lose hope. Don't let this problem discourage you. I'm going to go extrude, and I'm going to go 5. No, it's not 5. It's 2.5. 2.5. And I'm going to come around the other side. You see how it wraps around. Uh, 2.5. Now we have 3 objects. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go union. Now what's going on with that? Why is that kicking out there? Okay, I'm going to have to undo that. I have a feeling that this point is not correct here. What is the distance of that circle? It is 9. So I draw a line from there, coming all the way down 9, and that's where my important point is. Let's get rid of this. That's my point. And let's move this into place. And let's extrude 2.5. We'll bring this around, press pull, 2.5, and then let's union all of it. 1, 2, 3, enter, and we have that. Now we're missing these ribs, so we'll do the same again. Now what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to delete that line, and I'm going to delete this line, and I'm going to draw a line that's mid-pointed line, and we're going to come off in this direction, and I'm going to come up in that snap to there. And this point, okay, and I'll highlight this, and I'm going to delete. No, we need that center point. I remember doing this years ago. I used to teach an advanced AutoCAD class, and doing 3D work in AutoCAD, it taxes your brain. I'm going to sleep well. I'm going to have a lovely nap. Trim. I'm looking forward to it now. Erase. Yeah. No. We need. Why is that trim not working? There should be that line should touch that circle. Maybe it's not. Is it not? Let's redo it then. Let's turn on the trim. The tangent is the word I'm using. Sorry. Oh, it's not happy there. Let's. I'm just going to undo that. Why is that tangent being a pain? If I go regen, did I not get a tangent there? Trim. No, it does not want to trim. It's in the middle of nowhere there. Let's delete this. Let's try it again. Control C, Control V. I feel like we need to prepare, we got to work on this sketch and get him perfect with the regions before we move it into this 3D object, which is going to be harder to manipulate inside of that labyrinth, is what I'm thinking. And it's really this area that I'm interested in. I wish I could do this region, and I want to put it inside there, just inside here. Center mark. No, we don't want that. Undo twice. I'm gonna delete that and delete this and all of this, and we don't need this guy. And if I type in region and I go like this and I try and grab just that, no region selected. What happens if I go here, region, and I select all of this? I know I have a break here and I just don't want to deal with it. No, there's a break here. If I go, why won't that trim? Because my X and Y is on a different plane. Okay, what we'll do then is we'll go 3 point. And I'm going to make this my origin. I'm going to make this my X and this is my Y, and it should work now. I think X and Y, and if I delete that line and I start again and I want to make that tangent, does it make a tangent? That's good. And I'll delete this guy and I'll make a tangent. Now if I go trim and I want to get rid of this, good boy, good lad. What about here? What about there? Can I trim that? Whew. And there's my mad curve that I needed. And now we can put it in place. Yeah, and it's not even true. I'm going to have the same crack issue. I got to bring that up. So that was a waste of time. I got to undo all of that. Yeah, I got to do all of that. I got to bring this inside. Oh yeah, and I got to reset my 3-point. That's my X. That's my origin. This is my X, and this is my Y, and it should work pretty good now. And I gotta fix those tangent lines because they weren't truly connecting. Anyone that's completed this, tell me in the comments. I'd like to see that you were able to get this far. It's a tricky, I'm not going to swear. And we will trim this. And we don't need that circle. And we will do our region. Everything has to be watertight in here. There can't be any little breaks or it's not going to work. And now we can go into rotate gizmo. And I'm going to grab the red and I'm going to move this like so. And then I'm going to move this into place. We want that point right there, bang in the middle. Going to that point there. It has to be spot on. Whew. A nice problem. Extrude. Enter. And what are we doing? It's going to be 2.5. We bring this around and you see we don't have any crack there. It just pulls it out. Is that what we want though? Yeah. 2.5. And we're going to go union. This and this. Press enter. That is that beast. Good lord. And let's just delete these lines. Not right. It only did that face. And we got to do we got to do this face here as well. Oh yeah. Let me undo that just for 1 second. Undo. Yeah. I think we need to extrude that region. Is that region still there? Extrude. Objects to extrude or enter. It doesn't like that. Nothing is ever easy. Now, where's my region gone? Let's undo that even. Let's just keep going back, right back until we get to that region. And if I go extrude, it brings it out in that direction, no trouble. Can I go P for path? No, we don't want a path. I really want a mid-plane. I want it to go off in two directions. Oh, no. Extrude. Press enter. D for direction. No. 2.5, and it does that. And let's go extrude. Enter. I feel like I can't find the region anymore. It just selects that object. What happens if I... It's a pain. If I go press pull and I drag this out, that seems to work. What's wrong with that? And I make this 2.5 and I go press pull here, 2.5. That's that. We have it on both sides now. Union. All this has to be one object. You're going to see why. If you've stayed this long, this is your reward. I have an object done, a 3D object done. I could have just started with that. Okay. I'm going to save this. I'm going to go to the title block. I'm going to go to output. No. View. No. I'm going to go to drafting and annotation. And I'm going to go to output. No. Layout. I'm not going to create a viewport. I'm going to create a view. And I'm going to click on base. And it's going to be from model space. And it's going to find the object that's a three-dimensional object, which is this bad boy. And I'm going to place it right there. I'll try it again. I've never done this before. Base, model view, edge visibility, hidden lines. I'm going to go click there and I'm going to press enter. And then I'm going to click here and press enter. Oh, look at that, love it. And I can go section view, and this is going to be the parent view, and my section line is, I'm going to draw a cutting plane here, and I'm going to press enter. And I'm going to place that view there. Can I press enter? It really doesn't tell you much. What happens if, let's delete this. And can we move this view? How do we move this view? And that moves with it because this is the parent and you call this the child view. I'm going to do a section view, right? And this is going to be the parent view. And we're going to put our cutting plane in there. 2 points, press enter. And there's a section view. Look at this. I'm going to go projected. I'm going to click this view and drag it up at an angle. And press enter. So just, you're probably going, why the hell did we have to draw all of this originally if we could have just drawn a 3D model first, and then with the 3D model you could generate these views? And you're right. Can we click on this and change it? You're right, but you learn something. I want to make this, if I drop this down, I don't want to change that. I want to change the type of view it is. Edit view. I don't want hidden lines. I want it to be shaded. That's okay. Be nice if I could change it to sketchy. I'm far too tired to add the other thing though is you're going to have to add the dimensions on this. And then change them. That's it. I don't care whether you, I really, my students, I do want you to draw the front, top, and side out. If you get this far, well done. You can tell how exhausted I am trying to figure this out. Even though it's not a hard part, it would take me about 5 minutes to draw this in SolidWorks. SolidWorks is designed for these type of parts, but there is no harm in you learning how to do it in AutoCAD. It's tricky. This is a little bit too difficult. What I want from my own class is, at the very least, I want it on a title block. I want a drawing of just the front, top, and sides. All right. Hopefully this wasn't too painful for you. That was just a dark horse of a part. I should have little tricky part. The rest of these hopefully are better for you. You never know. Okay. My students, I want practice number 3 and practice number 4 done. I'm not doing videos for them. The next video I'll do will be example number 19, and trust me, this is going to be a piece of cake compared to the one we just did. Alright, take care.